Hey everyone, what I'm going to share with you today are the 4 stages of competence, because what we want to do is we want to give you all the experience in the last 15 years I personally have had being out in the field running business. Still today, with my experience and my know-how, I want to give that to you. I want to get you through these 4 stages as fast as humanly possible. So first, let's identify them real quick. When people first get started with the zone group or any organization, they are what I call unconsciously incompetent. They don't know what they don't know, so when you ask them a question of what do you need to know, they're like, I don't even know what I need to ask you of what I know. So they don't know what they don't know, and I call that unconsciously incompetent. It just means they don't know. Unconscious incompetence. You're unconsciously incompetent. You don't even know what you don't know, so you don't know what questions to ask. Very, very quickly you jump to stage 2, which becomes consciously incompetent. And all that means is now you're aware of the fact you are consciously incompetent. In other words, you now know that there are things that you don't know and that you need to learn. You are consciously incompetent. You're aware of the fact that there are certain questions, certain underwriting guidelines with different carriers, different things that you're not aware of yet that you don't know, but we can teach you. But at least you're aware of the fact that you don't know them, so you can quickly go to stage 3. So you jump from stage 1 to stage 2 very quickly. Stage 3 comes pretty quick too, because once you start learning some of the things that you're not aware of, you start studying them, you start paying attention, you start watching the films, okay? And you become consciously competent. That's where you now know some things that others obviously don't know. You become consciously competent, okay? And what that means is when a client asks a question, you're able to answer them without calling the helpline. You're able to look at them and figure out by asking a few questions which the best carrier, the best product for their health issues. There's things you know that others don't. You're consciously aware of the fact that you now know stuff. So you can talk to more people, you feel more confident, you're talking to some different people about what you do and how you do it, and that's because you're what I call consciously competent. What we want, this is the stage also where you know you can call the 800 number for the TZG agent hotline and get a hold of somebody if you don't know the answer, because you know you have the resources and you know who to call. The other stage is where we want to get you to as fast as possible. That's the stage where you see it all the time when you're watching a basketball game or maybe a football game or something, where you see you might see the basketball player. He's coming down the court, he's looking down to his right, he's looking down to his right, and without even looking, throws it to his left. The guy goes up, grabs it, dunks it. Nobody saw it coming because he could feel it. He could see it in his peripheral. He knew what was happening. Nobody else had a clue, and he sends it over there for a dunk, and they score 2 points like that, okay? That's where we want to get you to. That's what the objective of the private network with TZG and the Zone Group is all about, is making sure that our agents, our producers, our representatives, our recruiters, our managers are fully competent, because when you're competent and you know what you're doing, you'll be more confident in talking to people about building your organization. So what we want to get you to the point of is what's called unconsciously competent. That's unconsciously competent. You aren't even noticing things. You're just feeling it. You walk into the client's house and you can feel, okay, this is going on or that's going on. It's one of those things, oh, here's an example. It's one of those things where you're sitting there and the client asks you something like, how are they going to find out about what I'm taking or what medications I'm on? Okay? That's one of those things that you unconsciously don't even realize, and you start understanding he's probably got some meds he hasn't told you about, or she hasn't told you about, or maybe she doesn't want to, or he's not going to. So you have to dig a little deeper and realize, bam, I need to ask some more probing questions. Find out the meds that they're taking. You become unconsciously competent. You don't have to look and assess. You look at their age. You know exactly what product you're going to offer them the moment you call them to schedule the appointment. When you show up at the door, you look around the house, you know exactly what product's going to be best for them, because you become unconsciously competent. Now that comes from experience, that comes from know-how, it comes from doing it. There's nothing other than doing it that you personally can get it from, unless you're watching these videos on a regular basis, internalizing them, and taking our competence. When we unzip our head and give you our 15+ years of experience personally being out in the field, and then you internalize that so that when you walk up, it's almost as if you did it already because you're watching our videos. So hope this is helpful. Hope we can help you get from consciously incompetent to consciously incompetent to consciously competent and ultimately unconsciously competent. So you know what you're doing before the client even knows what's going on, because you are now unconsciously competent, making a potload of money.